Hello there. Wow. Perfect. Wonderful. Well done.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? The Nintendo Beast here. Today we're gambling. Today we're jumping back into Animal Crossing here on GameCube, and the reason we're gambling is I'm not changing the clock. So, as you all know by now, my internal clock on the battery the battery that powers the internal clock on my GameCube died some time ago. So every time I sign into Animal Crossing, I have to change the date to the correct date. But last time we played, it was the date that it was already raining. So I was gonna say, I'm gambling here, and I'm just gonna sign back on and continue our quest because we didn't catch the coelacanth. So rather than, like, bumping forward to today and then time traveling to find another day, we're just gonna go straight for it. What's in my pocket? I was gonna say, I'm pretty confident that I have fish in my pocket. So we're still on a quest for the coelacanth, and so, at least this gives us, like, the most possible time. And quite frankly, if this... I don't want to do this, per se, but, like, if today ends in a bust in today's episode, we still don't catch the coelacanth, then maybe we'll just stay stuck on May 17th for the rest of eternity, until we do. May 17th feels like a good day to catch a coelacanth. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, let's do it, shall we? Whoopsie daisy. Let me move this back over here, and let's make our way downtown. Everybody out my way. Trying to get to the ocean. Okay, here we go. The quest begins. Oh my god, right off the bat. And it's a sea bass, too. It's always a freaking sea bass. So we got a sea bass to start. Excellent. We're 2 minutes in to this episode, and we're already catching sea bass. We are ahead of the game, guys. Usually the game, by now, would have tricked us. Given us, like, a red snapper or something, or a barred knife jaw. Just to make us feel good about ourselves. Not today. We're ahead of the game. The sea bass collection has already begun. Another sea bass for sure. Oh, it's a red snapper. Alright. I also feel like because we just saved, it feels like an extension. So, like, maybe we're tricking the game into thinking, like, oh, man, he's been fishing for hours. Oh, I blew that one. I gotta stop talking while I'm fishing. But maybe the game is, like, tricked into thinking, like, oh, this guy's been fishing for hours. Maybe we throw him a bone and we toss a coelacanth in the water, right? As opposed to, like, if you go fishing for any 5-minute amount of time, you're probably not going to run into a rare fish. You know what I mean? But when you go for 5 hours, your odds increase significantly, obviously, right? So, like, I don't know if that's just, like, the amount of time and the algorithms that are running, or if the game actually does think, and maybe somebody can answer, maybe this coding has been already, you know, whatever, but, like, exposed, leaked, whatever. But I'm just curious, like, maybe there is a dynamic in the game that's like, this is a rare fish, so this person has to spend at least X amount of time before the game even humors the idea of spawning one. This could all be entirely in my head, but, like, that's always been, like, a thing in my head, like, when I'm playing Animal Crossing, I'm just like, oh, well, I'm not just gonna run up to the ocean and just find a coelacanth. That's not how this game works. Frickin' blew it. Such a spaz. Anyway, I've always kind of assumed, like, oh, the more time I spend on the beach fishing, the more likely, and, like, obviously that is true, but probably not for the reason that I just explained, the reason that I just made up. Or, not just made up. Made up in my childhood and just convinced myself it to be true through my entire adulthood. Essentially. Yo, what's good? Here we go, here we go! I think I'm gonna look up then, what kind of shadow I'm actually looking for. Because I feel like it can't be the same size as all these sea bass, right? It has to be bigger, but the difference in shadow sizes in this game are so unnoticeable. Crap. That was probably a sea bass. It bit immediately, so typically that's the sign of a sea bass. I guess, or a red snapper, I don't know. There's a red snapper. I'm also not 100% sure, do I just have to press the A button, or do I have to button mash it? Because for all of eternity, I've been button mashing it. Like, that's just how I play every Animal Crossing game. Even, I mean, like, in City Folk, it just I don't know, it just makes me feel powerful or something, like, in case the motion controls mess up, or, you know, back up, like, when I'm swinging a bug catching net, or like a fishing rod, or reeling it in, or whatever in Animal Crossing City Folk on Wii, I will both make the movement with the Wiimote, but I will also press B or A at the same time to, like, you know, and keep shaking it. I don't even know if any of these things are actually necessary. It might just be a matter of pressing it once and reeling it in automatically, but I feel like I gotta struggle. I feel like I gotta button mash in order to make sure that the fish doesn't come off the hook. And, like, I've just always done that ever since I was a kid. And so it's just, like, muscle memory at this point. And so, like, every time I'm reeling in a fish, you hear me spazzing and button mashing the A button. So I apologize if that's absolutely unnecessary. These are just, like, hard truths that I'm just coming to grips with now, I think. That, like, I've been playing Animal Crossing for, like, 20 years. And I've been playing it wrong this entire time, probably. Or just, like, completely misunderstanding the entire premise of it all. Like, how different mechanics work and what have you. I don't know. I don't know. This is a hard pill to swallow. That's a frickin' boot! It's a frickin' boot! It's garbage! Put your foot down and say no to littering. You schmuck. Whoever did that. Get your boot out of the water. If I had to guess, it was probably Gulliver and his crew. Since that seemed... throwing things and people overboard seemed to be an ongoing trend with him. Oh, my pockets are full. Okay, that's good to know. I'll still try to catch fish like I do on my way back, but... let me try to trade in a sea bass, but catching more sea bass ain't gonna do the trick, is it? Just throw it back. Just let it go. It's fine. Where? Okay, here we go. Here we go. I was gonna say, where are all the fish? Freaking blew it, dude. Spazzed. And there was like a split second that it didn't reel in. I was like, oh, maybe I accidentally didn't press it hard enough. But no, I pressed it hard enough. It's fine. It's fine. I'm a spaz. We acknowledge this. I think I'm just like a nervous wreck. I think that's what it is. I think I'm just like a nervous wreck that can't handle fishing in Animal Crossing. And it probably also doesn't help that I'm like heavily caffeinated at all times. I'm like more caffeine than blood at this point. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. As he reels in a sea bass, another sea bass, and takes a sip of his, like, second energy drink of the day. And it's only noon. That's refreshing. So I will say, I'm gonna shill some energy drink knowledge right now. Alright? Not even knowledge, just insight. I find it strange that, like, every energy drink company has the exact same flavors. Like, I'm talking like the exact same flavors, right? So, like, I don't know who the first energy drink was to come out and have, like, a bomb pop, like a bombsicle flavor energy drink. Like the red, white, and blue rocket pop things. I don't know if that's just a thing here in America. I feel like it is because it's red, white, and blue. I feel like that's just like a summer in America kind of thing, and I know I have audiences outside of the States. So maybe that means nothing to you. Maybe even these brands will mean nothing to you, but like, I just don't know, like, I don't know who the first one is, but like, why does every single C4, Prime, what's the Bucked Up Energy, there's another one too that I'm blanking on, but like, oh god, I can picture the can. It has the coolest can, but not the best flavor. But they all have the same, they're not like, they're either Bomb Pop or Bombsicle or Ice Pop. This one's Ice Pop. But they're all like blatantly the same flavor and the same design can and whatnot, or the same style of can. And they're different companies. Why? And then there's like Sour Gummy Worm, and then like every single brand has like some version of a Sour Gummy Worm flavor. I don't understand why that's the case. But with that said, my wife and I were curious about the Bombsicle or Bomb Pop flavor, right? Because like, if you've ever had a Bombsicle, they're delicious, right? But like, I got sensitive teeth and I can't do popsicles. Hold up. Like chewing on a popsicle is a no-go. Even having it in my mouth, like around my teeth, just it hurts to think about. Like, I can't do it. They're too sensitive to temperature, right? So it's not really something I've had since I was probably a kid. But I remember the flavor. And so we were like, screw it. So we bought like one of each brand Bomb Pop energy drink, right? We literally went on like a shopping spree of energy drinks. Because my go-to, which is Bang, cotton candy flavored Bang. No other flavored Bang. Has to be cotton candy because I don't know, a crackhead, I guess. I'm just a creature of habit, and I fell in love with that particular flavor, and I love cotton candy flavored things. And then Bang energy drink, especially the cotton candy flavor, is just like nowhere to be found right now on store shelves for some reason. So I had to make alternatives, right? And like, I'm a Red Bull guy, but I do value my teeth to some extent, and well, to a high extent, but like, you know, I try to go with sugar-free options, and Red Bull is not sugar-free. And then when you get the sugar-free version of Red Bull, it just tastes like synthetically sweet and very more chemically than the regular. And I just can't do it. So it's either regular Red Bull or bust. So I try to avoid that as much as possible, but luckily that's always like the backup plan is a Red Bull. The big 20-ounce cans that like look like they could euthanize a bull. Jeez. But yeah, like, so anyway, back to the story. We experimented, get all these different flavored Bomb bombsicle flavored energy drinks. And I gotta say, after everything is said and done, there were a couple good ones. There were a couple that I really enjoyed the look of the can, but the flavor was meh. And there were no, like, really terrible ones, just, like, certain ones that tasted more like a bombsicle of my memory than others, right? And the one that we landed on, and I'm not a big Prime guy, but I will say, I will shill for just a second. I will say the Prime Ice Pop flavored energy drink, it literally does taste straight up. It's sugar-free, I think, right? And vegan and all the things. 200 milligrams of caffeine is what I really care about. But I will say, I will go on record and say that it tastes exactly like when you crack this out of the fridge and crack it open. It does literally taste exactly like if you melted a bombsicle into a can, which is like all I really wanted when I was looking at bombsicle energy drinks. All the other ones have some kind of aftertaste to them, or they just like they're good, but they have too much cherry, or they have like a bombsicle has 3 different flavors to it. It's like cherry on the top, the red part. It's like lemon, I think, the middle part, the white part. And then I assume some kind of blue raz or something like that. I'm not totally sure what the blue is. But, yeah, it has like those 3 distinct flavors. And like when you melt it into a can, so to speak, you kind of expect to have like a balance of those flavors. And I think Prime Energy nailed it. Again, like I'm not a stan for Prime energy drinks or Prime branded stuff, whatever. I mean, Logan Paul's kind of a fun heel on WWE, but that's kind of the, like I don't care about him or his brand beyond that. And I don't mind Jake Paul, but quite frankly, I hope Mike Tyson beats the crap out of him in July. I mean, as does the rest of America, right? So, I'm just a big Mike Tyson fan, so I have a framed print signed by Mike Tyson. 2 boots in a row, really? And it's the scene from Punch-Out. It's not like a rare thing. I'm pretty sure they're all over the internet. You can get one for like a couple hundred, or like $100 or something like that. But it's just cool. It's like a big framed, I have it over here in my office, print of this Punch-Out from NES with Mike Tyson. And, yeah, it's pretty cool. Hold up. Give me a coelacanth or give me death, okay? This is nonsense. Alright, well, I'm gonna finish my lap and then I'll go up. But yeah, so just a Mike Tyson fan. And I hope Iron Mike knocks Jake Paul out. Like, first round, one of those vicious left hooks, bam, out, cold. Cold as this Prime Ice Pop energy drink. Anyway. Alright. Spaz. I am a spaz. But yeah, so right now, my go-to energy drinks are, and you can, if anybody drinks energy drinks, let me know in the comments what your favorites are. Maybe I'll try them. Maybe. Like I said, I am a creature of habit, so like once I find one that I like, I kind of stick with it. And I don't humor the idea of other ones. And I'm also not like really into like super fruity, like I'm not looking for like a strawberry or like a whatever. I'm looking for for whatever reason, I'm looking for synthetic flavors that my brain is my chimp brain is familiar with. So like cotton candy, yeah, let's get ice pop, yes, please. All natural cherry, nah, miss me with that. I need man-made things, which again is like any flavor, any fruit flavor, nah. But the C4 Skittles flavor, which is artificially flavored after artificially flavored candies, it's like doubly artificially flavored. Yeah, that's my jam right there. Which is true. I do. That's one of my favorites. The C4 Skittles. I did try the C4 pink Starburst flavor. It's alright. It's alright. It's basically just like a strawberry flavor. But it's too not synthetic. I mean, it's pretty synthetic, don't get me wrong, but it's like doesn't taste like the candy in my mind. And that's what I was going for. If you're advertising it tastes like a candy, it better taste like the candy. I guess that's what it boils down to. I just don't want false advertising on my can of energy drink, you know? And the Skittles one, it's not like a one-for-one. Like, if you pop a thing of Skittles in your mouth, and then you drink this afterwards, like, it's not going to taste exactly the same. But, I mean, like, you can definitely get hints. And when you have, like, 5 different flavors, like, it's not like all Skittles taste the same. Like, each color of the rainbow tastes different. So it's, like, it's hard to gauge, like, what they're aiming at. But when I take a sip of it, I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's Skittle. That's Skittle flavored. It's at least one of the 5 Skittle flavors, maybe a couple of them combined, but it's like I do feel like this is at least like I do feel like I'm tasting the rainbow. And the same thing with like the Ice Pop like Prime energy drink. It's like there are 3 flavors here, but I feel like this is crap. I feel like this is a good balance, and I feel like if you melted the 3 together, this is probably pretty close to like what you would taste. Trying to think of what other energy drinks are my go-tos. It really is pretty much like Cotton Candy Bang when available, because it's got the most caffeine, and it just like gets me going for the day. And it just tastes so good. And it was also like I got cases of it from like Ollie's for like it was like 76 cents a can or something, so I got like 70 of them at one point. And so like that just became synonymous with me like starting my day. So now it's like a mental state too. Like if I'm not cracking an energy drink, like is it even morning? Like am I really starting my day? The only time I don't crack energy drinks typically is like when I'm on like legitimate vacation, which happens so far and few between. So like if I'm in like Vegas for a week, just for the sake of being in Vegas and relaxing with my wife, I'll try to like wean myself off of caffeine for a week and just like wake up with the sun and just like whatever my internal clock says, that's when I'm waking up and rolling out of bed, because I have nowhere to be necessarily, right? And that's chill. But like outside of that, like if there's, I mean, even last time I was in Vegas, I was there for CinemaCon, which was like half work, half play, so to speak. And so like I didn't wake up, like I didn't crack a can first thing in the morning, but like I definitely got to the strip and was like, let's dip into this CVS real quick and or this Walgreens quick and crack open a Red Bull or something, because like I'm dragging a little bit, and I know I'm gonna be dragging again. Like if it was just like I have nothing to do today and it's like a full day of relaxation and I don't care if I'm tired by 4 p.m. and like kind of like looking to lay down or whatever, or like getting up late, I'll, you know, it is what it is. But if there's any amount of productivity that's required of me for the day, it's all a head game. If I crack an energy drink, I feel like I'm going to be more productive that day. And like if I crack an energy drink, I'm more thoroughly convinced, whether it's like true or whether it's just a placebo. I feel like I'm gonna be better equipped to like stay up later, or like not be, you know, a little drowsy come 4, 5, 6 o'clock at night. Or in the afternoon, rather. That's just me, though. I know a lot of people... See, and what's frustrating is, like... I feel like a lot of people, like, at my jobs, I've become known as, like, the energy drink guy. Like, the guy who always has an energy drink in my hand, and people acknowledge how unhealthy that is. And, like, true, especially Red Bulls, like, because of the sugar content and whatnot, but, like, I don't know, and I know, like, oh, coffee is, like, healthier for you, technically, But at the same time, like, coffee is dirt water, dude. Like, I apologize for anybody who's a real big coffee fan. Like, my wife loves coffee, especially Dunkin', but, like, I just can't get behind it. And, like, I am... keep in mind that I am severely allergic to milk and anything with milk in it. So, like, I can't put creamer in my coffee. I can't get the fancy, fun, flavorful coffees. Like, I'm drinking it black or I'm drinking it, you know, whatever. It's going to be harsh if I'm drinking it. And that tastes like dirt. So, like, miss me with that. I'd rather have an energy-infused, fruity beverage than, or, you know, chemical-flavored beverage, than, like, dirt water. But that's just me. But, like, it bugs me because it's, like, people are, like, in our society, it's full-on okay. Not even full-on okay, but it's, like, full-on, like, approved. To be like, oh, don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. Like, I need coffee to function. And, like, that's cool. Like, that's fine. Not only is it cool and fine, but it's like, yeah, me too. Like, that's something that we all have in common, right? We are all useless without our caffeine from our coffees. Ooh, I take a double shot of espresso every morning. Tee-hee, like, it's fine. But then I show up with a 20-ounce Red Bull, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, this guy has a problem. Miss me with that. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's the same thing, guys. To some extent, it's the same thing. We're all addicted to caffeine. Mine's just less socially acceptable, apparently. I don't know. My fix is just slightly less socially acceptable. But now it's like, now I feel like energy drinks are being marketed as, like, health food. You know what I mean? Or, like energy, or, like, workout supplements. Like, what are we talking about here, guys? Why would I want my heart racing before I even start working out? And maybe there's science to it. I don't know. Like, I know, like, creatine exists, and that does similar stuff. I mean, hell, even Bang Energy Drink literally advertises that it has super creatine, whatever super creatine is, in it. So it's like, you know, I get that is like a pre-workout or whatever workout thing that keeps you going, I guess. But, like, that doesn't seem healthy. Like, when I used to take creatine when I would work out, I wasn't like, oh, yeah, this is super healthy for me. It was like, oh, yeah, I want results faster, and I want the energy to keep pushing myself. Like, I wasn't thinking, like, this is the best possible thing I could be pumping into my body right now. And maybe I could be totally off base. Maybe this is like, protein supplements are one thing. Like, a protein shake, I think that's a different thing. Because that literally just, like, helps your muscles rebuild after being broken down after a workout. Like, that stands to logic. That makes sense. As, like, a genuinely healthy supplement to be taking. But, I don't think things like creatine or caffeine are in line with that. I think they're like closer to steroids than they are to health foods or health supplements. But again, I could be totally off base. If some yoked out bodybuilder who's not on steroids is watching this for some reason, I don't think those demographics cross over. Like, Animal Crossing fans and bodybuilders. I don't think there's a big overlap in those target audiences. But if there is, and there's somebody watching this who knows better, let me know in the comments. I would love to know. That's a boot, dude. I really thought that was long, and I was, like, really hyper-focused on it. I thought it looked like a long fish, but it was just a boot, which is just typical. But yeah, let me know in the comments if I'm totally off base, or just somebody who understands, you know, supplements and creatine and human biology better than I do. Which is probably most people, quite frankly. I'm just a YouTuber, guys. I'm just a guy on YouTube who plays video games and tries to entertain both myself and people who watch. That's all. I don't claim to be an expert in most things. Hell, I even started this episode by describing how I'm not even an expert in Animal Crossing. after playing it for 20 years and playing literally every game in the franchise. And, like, actively playing every game in the franchise. Like, right now. Today. I have so many freaking sea bass. I didn't even realize how many sea bass I actually had in this pocket full. They're, like, all sea bass. And this is my last pocket full, too. I'm looking at the clock right now. Still no coelacanth. Still no shadow that even read like this is probably a coelacanth. Crap. That was probably a coelacanth. You turned around the wrong way, fish. Oh, you garbage. That pisses me off. I didn't even know it was going to look at it. And before it even looked at it, it was already biting on it. I feel like I'm really going to struggle. I feel like the coelacanth is probably the same size as all these sea bass. And I feel like I've probably blown my chance at... I think I'm just, like, bad. And just missing my opportunities. I feel like by now, a coelacanth must have spawned at least once. And I just blew the opportunity. Like, I do feel like the game maybe just, like, it didn't make these fish rarer or harder to find. It just made them harder to catch. But I don't know. There's a red snapper. Seen the same 3 fish consistently for the past 2 episodes. It's just all sea bass, red snapper, and barred knife jaws. Alright, the last fish of the game. Last fish of the episode. What will it be? I was gonna say, if I blow it... Okay, it's a red snapper. So the quest for a coelacanth continues. Next week. Maybe we'll go to a different day, because May 17th doesn't feel like it's working for me. Just kidding. We'll probably stick on May 17th. Actually, next week will be... depending on when I record the episode, it might be June already. No, that's not true. That's not true. Because June 1st is like next Saturday or something like that. So that's not true. So it'll still be May. So we might just stick with May 17th and just hope that we finally make progress. Oops, crap. But big money, we'll be able to sell or pay down more of our debt today. I think I still have debt, right? In this game? I feel like I have mountains of debt in every game until I find out that I don't. I think it's New Leaf. It's New Leaf and City Folk and New Horizons that I'm paid off, right? Yeah. Which means this one and Wild World are the ones that I still owe a mountain of debt on. So let's go pay off a small portion of my mountain of debt. Let's make this mountain into a slightly more like let's make this mountain look slightly more like a molehill. That's what I was trying to say and completely butchered it the first time around. How much do I owe? Ooh boy. Let's throw 60,000 at it. Boom. Making some progress on here, though. You owe 308,000 bells still. That is all, Pelly. Thank you. Alright, so that's where we'll sign off this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel here. Ring that bell for notifications. For when I upload new video content, such as this, I upload new video content to the channel, new Nintendo-centric content. I can't even speak now, dude. This coelacanth got me flustered. I upload new Nintendo-centric video content to the channel every single weekday, Monday through Friday of every single week. And then if you love Animal Crossing as much as I do, I play all 5 main Animal Crossing games, 1 new episode for each of those 5 ongoing Let's Plays. All 5 of those episodes post every single Friday. So you don't want to miss out. That's 9 videos I'm posting every single week. You don't want to miss out, so make sure you're subscribed and getting notifications for all that content. But also make sure to smash the like button on this video and leave me a comment in the comment section below. That's how it feeds the algorithm and helps other people find my content and grows our community and all those good things. So until next time, let me save and quit here. I am the Nintendo Beast. Thank you so much for watching.